Hello, receiving students, 6s and receiving teachers.
Hello,
Thank you. Take your seat. All right, students. Before we go into our today's lesson, I would like to ask you a question. Raise your hands up if you have been reading news or watching news. Raise your hands up. Raise your hands up if you have been reading news or watching news. Students, who has been watching news and reading news? All right. Now, receiving students and 6s. If you have been reading news from the newspapers or watching news from the MTV or Kundu 2, I'd like to ask you the next question. Where do you think those news comes from? Those news that you read and the news that you watch through MTV. Where do they come from? Receiving students and 6s. Where do they come from? Any answers? Students, please give your answers to your teacher, receiving students. Where do those news that we read or that we watch through MTV, where do they come from? Michaeline?
Coordinators.
Coordinators? Okay. That's what Michaeline thinks. The news that we read, every day we read from the newspapers or that we see from MTV, where do they come from? All right. Students, I'll give you your answer. Fred, if you want to try? Fred? Okay, let's have Fred. All right, students, let's hear from Fred.
News come from north, east, west, south, and individual.
Really? You sure? Fred? All right. Thank you, Fred, for your answer. Okay, Fred said that all the news that we read comes from north, east, west, and south. Very interesting, receiving students and 6s. Is it that very interesting to hear that all the news that we watch, read, comes from north, east, and south? While receiving students and 6, that's the recapping exercise for it. You think about it as we go along. All the news that we read or watch comes from north, east, west, and south of the world. And that's where the word news comes from. The word news, N-E-W-S, comes from those words there. North, east, west, and south. Now receiving students and 6s. Students, I would like you to close your eyes. I would like everybody to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now open your eyes. Now I would like you to look at the screen, students. On the screen I have two questions for you. A and B. The first question, A, in which direction does the sun rise? And B, in which direction does the sun set? Students, let's have some answers. Receiving students, you can give your answer to the teacher. Ellie? Ellie, give us the answer for A.
East.
All right, east. Yes? Is she correct, students? Our friend Ellie says that sun rises from east direction. In which direction does the sun set? Students. Okay, let's have Alan. Alan? Receiving students, which direction does the sun set?
West.
Very good. West. Yes. Sun rises from the east side and sets on the west side. All right, receiving students and 6Es, those are our recapping activities. From this recapping activity, I think you already know where the sun rises and where the sun sets. Now, our lesson topic for today, students. Our lesson topic for today is on compass direction. Now, before we go into the lesson, I will try to take you through some main points on compass direction or definition and some other important points that are related to compass direction. Okay, the first point, compass direction. Receiving students and 6Es, on the screen is the definition of compass direction. I would like you to read loud and clear. After count 2, 1, 2. Students, can you read? All right, that is the meaning of compass direction. Now, the word compass direction is made up of two base words, compass and what? Directions. Two words makes up that word, big word, compass, direction. All right, let us look at compass. What is compass? Receiving students and 6Es, on the screen we have the meaning of what is compass. What is a compass? Vanessa, can you read the definition of the word compass on the screen?
Compass is an instrument that shows direction.
Very good. Compass is an instrument that shows direction. Okay, I have what compass looks like. This is a compass here. It is an instrument that shows directions. All right, students, what you can see on the screen is a compass. Compass is this instrument is used to show directions. So this is what looks like, or this is what a compass is like. All right. Now, when we talk about compass, we simply, in the compass, there are directions shown in the compass. And the main directions that are shown in the compass are north, east, and west and south. North, east, west, and south. In the compass, you find these main directions. Now, compass is also very important instrument that is used by many people. I will show you some examples of people or list of people who normally use compass. Okay, on the screen you have some examples of people who use compass, uses compass direction. People who use compass or compass directions. We have hunters. Hunters do use compass when they go hunting. Sometimes when they are lost in the bush, they use compass to give them directions, probably to go back to their home. We also have seamen. Seamen also uses compass. Boat captains, ship captains, they use compass, or in other words, navigators. And then we have pilots. Pilots also use compass here. This little instrument is very useful. Not only pilots, we have trekkers, people who travel in the bush. They also use compass. And also travelers. So, receiving students, those are some examples of people who use compass direction whenever they want to do activities that are related to compass. Now, receiving students and 6Es, I will now take you to our next learning activity, our first learning activity. We have I've gone through with you people who uses compass and what is compass. Is an instrument that shows directions and what is used for. In the compass it shows directions like north, south, east, and west. Now receiving students and 6s. On the screen, you have an example of compass rose. That is a compass rose there. Now, we will try to identify, using the compass rose, try to identify where north is. We'll first identify directions. We are going to identify directions. And the first direction that we will identify is north, from that compass direction. Now, students, I've also prepared something that we will do as a learning activity, receiving students. I will have the model students to come up to the board and identify where north is using the compass rose that is on the whiteboard. Now receiving students, this is a compass rose. This compass rose doesn't have directions. In this first learning activity, we will try to identify the first direction, which is north. Now receiving students and 6s. Let me have Alison. Can you come up to the front and identify where north is? North direction. I have prepared small flashcards for you to use to place where north direction is. So we have north, west, east, and south. I would like you to come to the front and place where the north is. Place the flashcard in the north direction. Very good. Let's give 2 big claps to Alison. All right, yes, class, this is where north is. Now, let's have Alex to identify where east is. All right, let's have the next one. Melissa, identify south. South. We have south here, so where is south in the compass direction? All right, thank you. And the last is west. Let's have on here. On here, where is west? Very good, on here. All right, students. And our friend Alex, this is east, okay? East is always where the sun rises. And west is where always the sun sets. So east and west. So receiving students and 6s, with this compass rose, we have already completed a compass direction. All right, we have already identified the main directions. Now we are also going to find between north and east, east and south and west and north, we have other minor directions, which is known as southwest, northwest, northeast, and southeast. Now, I will select some of you students to come up to the board and identify where northwest, southwest, northeast, and southeast is on this compass direction. As soon as we complete all these directions, we have completed the compass direction fully. All right, let's have Madhu, can you come and put northeast? Northeast? Thank you, Madhu. Yes, is it correct? Yes, okay. Between north and east is northeast direction. Now, let's have the next. Southeast. Southeast? Let's have Victoria. Victoria, southeast. And Minol to come and place, Minol to give northwest, and let's have who? Irene to give southwest. Irene? All right, thank you, 6s, for completing the compass direction. Now, students, we have completed the compass direction with the main directions and the minor directions, which is northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Now, receiving students and 6s. This is a simple model of a compass direction. So, in a compass, in a real compass, you will also see these directions given. 8 directions given in a compass. Now, when we are reading compass directions, students, we always start from north. North directions when we are reading compass direction. So, north direction is always at 0 degrees. Then we go clockwise. Always read the compass direction clockwise. So, as 0 degrees, which is always the north, to the east, east direction is always at 90 degrees. Then, east to south is always east to south direction, or south is always at 180 degrees. Then from south to west, west direction is always at 270 degrees. Then west to north, we complete the direction, full direction. So we go back to, from west to north. North we start off at 0, or once you go back to north, it is a full 10. And when you go back to north, it is always 0 degrees or 360 degrees. So students, I would like you to know that when you are reading compass direction, always start from north. And north is always at 0 degrees. East direction is always at 90 degrees. South direction is always at 180 degrees. And west direction is always at 270 degrees. Now, students, we have completed the compass directions, and you should know when they ask you, when you are asked, for example, what degree is east direction? You must always remember that it is always at 90 degrees. All right, students, now we will move into our lesson exercise for today's lesson. Now, our next activity, receiving students and 6s. Your teacher have already prepared a pieces of paper, 3 by 3 or 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter squared piece of paper. What I would like you to do with that piece of paper, I would like you to draw the compass direction quickly on that piece of paper. Draw a model of a compass direction on that piece of paper. So that is the activity that you will do now before we go into the next learning activity. Shouldn't take you that long. I'm giving you 2 minutes only to draw a model of a compass direction. Only 2 minutes. So students, quickly do that. Use ruler, pencil, or biro to draw the compass direction. All right, students, 2 minutes is up. We'll now move on to the next activity. Now, receiving students and 6s. On the screen, I have a map, a grid map, which we will try to follow some instructions. There are instructions which will be given for you to follow to come up to certain locations. So we will use directions like northeast to come up to certain locations. All right, we have the first instruction given there. Now, students, in the grid, you have a starting location there. The first instruction is, from the start, go north 4 squares. Go north 4 squares. Where are you? What is your location? Go north 4 squares. Minol? Students, receiving students, you can give your answer to your teacher. Where are you now? Or give the location. Minol?
Letterbox.
Very good, letterbox. Yes, if you go 4 steps, go north 4 squares, you end up at the location letterbox. Let's look at the second one. Now go 3 squares east, where you are now. From the letterbox, you go 3 squares east direction. From the letterbox, go 3 squares east direction. Let's have Lorraine. Lorraine's group.
News agents.
All right, let me confirm that answer. Is she correct? Yes. You go 3 squares east direction, you end up at news agents. So, receiving students and 6s, this little activity, in here we are trying to use directions, east, west, north, to come up to the locations. So you see how important directions are. We're already using directions to give instruction to get to next location. Now receiving students and 6s. Sometimes when we are using directions, we use the word to and from. These 2 words are commonly used when we are giving directions to find places of 2 different locations. So sometimes you hear people saying, what direction is Indonesia from Papua New Guinea? Word from is used in there. What direction is Papua New Guinea to Indonesia? Word to is used in there. So, I would like you to use your compass, the model that you have used there. You already draw up the model, compass model, on the piece of paper. You will use to find directions of the locations which are given on the square grid map. Now, when the word to is used, which direction is the hospital to the petrol station? The word 2 has been highlighted there or underlined also. Where do you put your compass direction? To put your compass direction correctly, you place it on the first place, the first location. What is the first location? Hospital to the second. And then from the hospital, you place your compass there and you read the direction towards the second location, which is what? Petrol station. And find the direction from hospital to petrol station. Now, students do that. What is the direction? What direction is the hospital to the petrol station? Let's have Fred.
South.
What did our friend say, students? Let's see if it's correct. Okay? You can see the compass is placed on the first location or the first place, which is hospital. So, looking at the compass direction, where is petrol station? What direction? South. So, Fred is correct. Now, let us look at the next one. Next example. What direction is the coffee shop from the police station? Now, this time we are using the word from. Where do you place your compass? You place your compass. Where do you place your compass? Yes, Madhu, where do you place your compass? What location?
Police station.
All right, very good. You place your compass on the location, police station, and you read the direction towards the first location. From the second location to the first location. So what is the direction from police station to coffee shop? Ken?
Northwest.
Class, is it correct? Yes. If you place your compass direction on the at police station and you read the direction, coffee shop is towards the northwest direction. Thank you, Ken, for that answer. All right, receiving students and sixes. What the activity that we have gone through, we are trying to understand how to read directions when the two common words to and from are used to find the locations of two different places. So, to find the directions when the word to and from are used, if the word to is used, you start from first place to the second place. If the word from is used, you start from second place to first place. All right, receiving students and sixes, we will now move into our exercise. We have two main exercises only. The first exercise is given on the screen. I would like you to take out your notebooks and do that first exercise. Use the instructions to find the locations. So from the church, go east 1 square and move south 3 squares. Where will you be? All right. Students, exercise 1, the first exercise, your starting point is from the church. You start from church. Start from church. From the church, go east 1, okay? So church becomes your starting point. We have one more exercise that is yet to come. All right, students, we move to the next exercise. Next exercise. Now, for the receiving teacher, you will have to use the map of PNG in your grade 6 mathematics students book A, page 81, to answer the following questions which are given on the screen. So you can also refer to that book on that page to do the exercise. We also have a map which is going to be given after the slide. But I would like you to make note of the questions, students. So remind the students to quickly copy down the questions. What direction is Port Moresby to Kerema? And B, what direction is Popondetta from Mendi? So students, I would like you to copy down those two questions quickly before I show you the map. All right, receiving students, there is the map. That map you will find in the book that was given, reference book that was given, page 80. You will find that same map in that student's book A, mathematics grade 6 students book A, page 81. Now in the map you have direction given there, compass direction, which is given indicating an arrow only and not direction given. You have a compass direction given on that map as well. You can also use your model, compass model, to find the direction of the two places. All right, students, let us look at the answers to the question. The first exercise, let's correct the first exercise. Let's have Vanessa. Vanessa, can you read the question, please? What is the question? And probably you will also give the answer. Vanessa, can you read the question? Loud and clear. Students, I would like you to, receiving teacher, please select the students, read the question, and give the answer at the same time. Let's have Vanessa.
Start from the church, go east 1 square, and then move south 3 squares. Where will you be?
All right, Vanessa, what is your answer?
School.
School. All right, let's see what I have for you on the screen. Receiving students, our friend Vanessa has said that you will be at location school. The location is school. After you move east square 1, move east direction, and then move south 3 squares. Okay, 1, then 2. And the answer is school. Thank you, Vanessa, for that answer. Yes, Vanessa is correct with that answer, school. I hope you have all got that answer correct, receiving students and 6s. All right, let us go to the next question. Lorraine. Lorraine, can you give the answer to the first question? What direction is Port Moresby to Kerema?
Northwest.
Northwest. Receiving students and 6s, please raise your hands up if you got northwest. Raise your hands up. You sure it is northwest? Yes. All right, let's see. All right, you are correct, yes. Port Moresby to Kerema, the direction is northwest. Next question, what direction is Poponeta from Mende? Let's have Ubau. Ubau?
Southeast.
Southeast. Receiving students? What answer did you give? Our friend Ubau has given southeast. I hope you have given the same answer, or probably the different answer. All right, let's confirm the answer on the screen. Yes, is it southeast? Yes, southeast is correct. So thank you, Ubau, for giving that answer. Southeast, yes. The direction, Poponeta from Medan, is southeast direction. Students, I hope you have got that answers correct. Now receiving students and 6s. Our summary lesson for today, or summary for today, is on the screen. I would like you to read the summary point which is given on the screen. Receiving students and 6s, can you read the summary loud and clear? Can you read again? 1, 2, read loud and clear. Yes. So compass direction is a very important tool to give us directions. You also find compass directions not only used by pilots and hunters and trekkers. You also find compass direction on the maps. You find them also on map. So you see how important and how useful compass direction is. With that, receiving students and 6s, our key phrase for today is on news. What does news stands for? Okay, news stands for north, east, west, and south. So all the news that you read, all the news that you watch comes from north, east, west, and south of the world. With that, receiving students and 6s, thank you very much for your participation, and that has bring us to the end of our lesson for today.
And thank you for